Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. After 3 years of ups and downs, technology companies represented by Huawei, Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, and Shanghai Microelectronics have officially returned to the international market with a king-like attitude. With independent research and development of domestic chips, lithography machines and other equipment, they have completely shattered the long-standing technological blockade of Western countries. At the same time, the General Administration of Customs of China released 3 major data. First, China has cancelled a total of $66.2 billion worth of imported chip orders in 2023. Second, the number of self-developed domestic chips has reached 351.4 billion, an increase of 6.9% year-on-year. Third, China has achieved self-sufficiency in domestic chips. During this period, China sold 267.8 billion chips, accounting for 26% of global exports. However, this achievement was not easy to achieve. In the past, China's semiconductor industry faced many technical barriers and market pressures. Especially under the pressure and restrictions from the United States and other countries, the development of China's semiconductor industry once faced difficulties. Many companies had no choice but to close down due to lack of cause. Even Huawei's revenue fell by more than 200 billion and was forced to withdraw. Overseas market. Since Huawei developed the world's first 5G communication technology and ranked first in the world with more than 3,000 patents, it has been regarded as a thorn in the side by the United States and has launched a series of sanctions. It first warned countries not to use Huawei's communication technology, then banned the export of high-end cutting-edge scientific and technological achievements and related technologies to the Chinese mainland market, and finally wanted to kick China out of the semiconductor market. With the continuous advancement of global science and technology, and the intensification of market competition, the semiconductor industry has become one of the popular areas where countries are competing for development. As a leader in this field, the United States has monopolized the industry, integrating production and research and development by virtue of its hegemonic status. Controlling the semiconductor lifeblood of many countries and regions. This incident has also occurred in the biological field. The United States relied on its technological advantages to monopolize the core raw materials of life science and technology, lightweight, and raised its threshold to 26,000 grams per gram, sinking it into the markets of various countries and regions around the world. This will empty the wallets of 700 million middle-aged and elderly people. It is reported that the 3 major international journals Cell, Nature, and Science have regarded light key as one of the top 10 anti-aging substances in the world, because this kind of substance has the ability to slow down the aging of the body and stabilizing mitochondrial activity and other potentials. In less than 28 days of use, the gray hair of 22-month-old mice gradually turned black, and the data of various aging indicators showed a retrospective phenomenon. Because of this, the United States deliberately raised the threshold on the grounds of difficulties in extracting raw materials. When Chinese researchers went to the laboratory to discuss it, they were ridiculed, thinking that China would not be able to do it even if it gave China 10 more years. Breakthrough. However, China has not been intimidated by these difficulties, but has firmly chosen the principles of independent innovation and self-reliance. As for the core results of the right key mentioned above, the domestic scientific research team has successfully created its own directional enzyme process extraction technology. On the original basis, the purity will be increased to 99.9%, while the production cost will be reduced to about 1,000 yuan, and it will be available to the public through channels such as Qidong and Tmall. Therefore, the US blockade not only failed, but forced China to abandon the old idea that making is worse than buying, and embarked on the path of technological innovation and self-reliance. SMIC, Huawei, and Shanghai Microelectronics increased their research and development efforts in the semiconductor field and invested a large amount of capital and manpower, have achieved one technological achievement after another. It is these breakthroughs that have allowed the world to see the booming development of China's manufacturing industry. It can be seen that the US blockade plan can only restrict the temporary development of China's semiconductors and does not cause much harm to the Chinese market. However, the giants of Meishan, who have lost the Chinese market, are not only facing the loss of orders from mainland China, incurring economic losses and accumulating a large number of chips at the same time, it was caught in a dilemma. Today, as China's semiconductor industry continues to develop and expand, more and more international companies are beginning to realize the importance of cooperation with China. Among them, the three major semiconductor giants in the United States, Intel, Qualcomm, and AMD, have officially turned against the trend and announced to strengthen cooperation with China. These companies have not only increased investment in China, but also actively promoted technology research and development with China, product promotion, and other fields.